Going through teenage years is one tough emotional roller coaster. A tumultuous experience of slowly becoming an adult who has to take responsibility for her own life. Every year is an adventure, full of new insights and experiences, of which sexuality plays a huge part. Despite what social narrative tells us, a boy's sexuality is perceived to be ugly, creepy, forced and uncivilized, whereas a girl exploring her womanhood is a piece of art, a poem that draws you in and enchants, an incomparable beauty we all welcome. The topic of monogamy is rarely questioned in contemporary living, making some individuals to suffer and feel ashamed of their nature whenever they go against the aforementioned convention. Something is wrong with me because I don't want to settle down and build a family, because I don't want to live with the same person till the death does us apart. But now times are changing. That pressure starts to lift off, and although a two-parent household is a much healthier alternative to raise child in, we become more aware of other ways without putting a child's mental well-being at risk. At the end, everyone is welcome to live however they wish, and the only prerequisite is to remain true to yourself and your values, regardless of the circumstances.
What did you do?
I did everything.
Like what?
I had sex with other girls. I did everything. We met in school, we met in college, we met in class, and you really didn't like me.
No, I didn't like you at first.
A couple years later, we moved into like the same apartment complex, and the first day we both moved there, we like met on the elevator again. It was like a reunion.
And then you offered to bring my groceries upstairs.
And yeah, we spent a lot of time together.
Like, every day.
I would say that you were my best friend.
Yeah, me too.
He has options, exploring them is not bad, but doing it in a clumsy way does leave a bad aftertaste. He is looked down upon and has to apologize because he goes against the convention where there is one man and one woman. He doesn't want monogamy because he knows he can exercise his sexual imperative, but she doesn't want to know any of that. She wants him for herself. You are my best friend is a way to appeal to a deeper connection that couple may have established with each other, something spiritual, maybe a dishonest perception or a wishful thinking, connection of the souls that goes beyond the physical. That game doesn't work with someone whose emotions are detached from the circumstances and who has never felt the same way. You are my best friend means that the bridge of desire is broken from his point of view. There is no way to reach the other side.
I would go through his phone, and I would like see text messages or like pictures of girls, and then I would ask him about it. And sometimes he would lie and just say like, oh, that's not true, you don't know what you're talking about. And he said like, oh, I'll stop, but then he didn't.
He feels ashamed of his nature but cannot resist it. He makes an effort to hide it by lying and cheating, trying to save her feelings and simultaneously satisfy his desires. But there's no way to play that game ad infinitum. At some point in life, when the pile of lies is too high and heavy, it will explode into your face and make everyone around you to fall to its pressure.
One time I went to his room and he had someone else in his room and he told me to leave. And I went back to my room and I just cried like the whole night.
His lifestyle is jeopardized, his existence, his nature is threatened, so he grows thorns. By being irrational, distancing, and then feeling guilt, apologizing. He doesn't want to hurt her, but doesn't know what to do. He is confused by his own reaction. He's busted, pressed against the wall. He likes her. He wants her to feel good, but he doesn't know how. The embarrassment is inevitable. Between his own nature and her well-being, he chooses himself. She cries because she wants him for herself, and she stayed because he was her best. Unresolved mental issues and damaged self-esteem are always prevalent in dysfunctional relationships. Exactly why these people choose to stay with partners that clearly hurt them. Attraction is a powerful thing, and sometimes you lose control over yourself and succumb to the fantasy of everlasting happiness.
And then I think I went like a little while without talking to you. And then you said something like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it again."
There was kind of a point where things weren't the same.
What do you mean?
Just like you would always go through my phone or my computer.
Yeah, I didn't trust you.
If you would go to that measure to find whatever, why wouldn't you just leave?
I don't know, I think I was like stupid.
She stayed because she was attached to a picture of what he represents and what she might have lost if she walked away. He is the best one, and she looked up to him. She wanted him to be the only one, ignoring the reality of how he made her feel at the end. We humans tend to reminisce the good moments, erase the bad memories, and paint a picture of a perfect story.
How many times did you cheat on me?
I don't know.
If you had to say.
I wasn't counting.
Her tears beg for a solution. His incapability for solution, immaturity one might say, was fueling her agony. Any solution is better than no solution, as it would demonstrate a character, will, assertiveness, decisiveness.
It had more to do with me just not being able to commit.
Why not?
Because at the time I didn't want to. I think just sometimes we're not on the same page.
Yeah, I think that's true.
She states that it wasn't the cheating that hurt the most. There's a great probability that if he offered a relationship where he can have occasional side action, she would have accepted it. Women treasure love, i.e. emotional investment, more than physical exclusivity. She had a lot of time to understand her choice to stay for so long, yet there are no answers, because those answers wouldn't be particularly flattering for her ego. As stated previously, he was too great in her eyes, and probably still is, for her to leave him. The best I've ever had. There are a lot of comments telling that he doesn't deserve her, but the reality is, she wouldn't stay if she didn't feel the opposite.
There's nothing that you could have done differently that I think would have prevented it. I think that you did everything that you needed to do to be a good girlfriend, and I was lucky to have someone like you.
I don't think you're a bad guy because he cheated. I forgave you.
Why?
He either doesn't understand his nature or is being dishonest about his feelings. He never had that for her, clearly wanted and still wants to explore his opportunities. Nothing would change his mind. Lucky to have someone like you, and yet not good enough to want an exclusive partnership. Demonstrates lack of character, pandering to platitudes and stroking her wounded soul to soften the damage.
Because you're my best friend.
She still clings onto the emotion she experienced with him and probably would go back to him.
But it was hard.
If given a chance.
I think we're like in the first stage of moving on.
Yeah.
I think we both kind of accepted for the first time that it's really over.
I couldn't, like, today I couldn't see, like, my life without you. But I don't know. I feel like you hurt me a lot, so.
Hurt is an interesting concept and is oftentimes used to refer to people who don't take accountability for their mental well-being. Now I know that being interdependent implies that we give away power to others, enabling them to dictate our mood. I'm talking about a higher level of emotional maturity, consciousness. You are responsible over how you react to different triggers that life throws at you. And victimhood, blaming others for abandonment, demonstrates a weak character. A lot of growing has to happen before getting involved in intimate relationships with others.
I feel like you abandoned me.
I apologize for hurting you, and I hope in the future we can remain good friends and I get a chance to see you grow into the woman that you're becoming.
He apologizes because he doesn't know what else to say and feels forced to smooth things out, to not appear as the bad guy, which he clearly is for the public eye. Very few healthy friendships can be sustained after a breakup, especially after a bad one. If you want to know more about hurt and its mechanics, I suggest that you watch this video. Tell me in the comment section what you think about this situation.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Yes, you can!